I can't stress enough how important this game against Nottingham Forest is. I mean, I rank it as high as that Villa game a couple of seasons ago where we played at the Emirates Stadium. And I was saying if we win that game, we win the league. And unfortunately, we lost it and we lost the league. This Forest game, on paper, everyone may think that it's an easy game. But it's not. It's a Sean Dyche team, let's not forget. It's a 5:30 kickoff under the lights. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be complicated. And I think it's one of those banana skin games. If we get through this game, after having just played 2 away games as well, and this is the 3rd out of 4th, I think that will set our players up on a good level of confidence going into the Man United game in the league and Leeds and the rest of them. But no matter what happens, those 3 points, we could extend the points difference from 6 to 8 or 9, because it's not an easy game for Man City against Man United when they play in the afternoon a few hours before us. But Forest, like I said, yes, they are fighting to stay up, fighting against relegation. But if you see some of their results, they should have won a few more than they actually have. And they have got a good side, so we'll break it down, we'll get into it, and let's see what we have in store. Now, let's not forget, Nottingham Forest haven't played a game for like over a week now. I think they played they played last Friday their FA Cup game, and they obviously got knocked out. I think it was against Wrexham. I was watching that game, and obviously they did make a few changes. The second half, they did play a lot better, but they were there for the taking on the other hand as well against, a championship team. Now, we're going to go through the lineup that they played the last league game, because obviously there was a few changes. So they've got Sells in net. We all know about him. Top keeper last season. Shared the golden gloves with David Raya. In the back, it's a back 4. Williams, Murillo, Milenkovic and Aina. Murillo and Milenkovic, it's going to be difficult. That's a good partnership. It's a good pair. Strong defenders. Ready for a challenge. Wants a battle. Will obviously love the challenge of Gyökeres coming, and they'd want to put him in their pockets. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult. In the middle, they've got Dominguez and Anderson. We know about Elliot Anderson, an England international. Dominguez, let's not forget how good a player he is. Number 10, we all know Gibbs-White, game changer. He's the X factor for Nottingham Forest. Can make something happen. Doesn't need much of a backlift. Can get a shot away anytime. Hudson-Odoi, Hutchinson, ex-Arsenal player. And Igor Jesus, who's having the time of his life. I think... is it him or the striker who's playing for Brentford, who've got the most goals for a Brazilian in the Premier League ever? I think it's the Brentford guy, but Igor Jesus as well is playing phenomenal for Nottingham Forest. And I can't understand why they are sitting in a 16th, 17th position. I know they should have drawn the game against City, where they should have got a red card, and a lot happened in that game that Rob Jones got incorrectly, and a few others as well that I've seen. There's a lot of injustice that's happened against them. So I'm not discrediting this Nottingham Forest side, even though they are sitting right down there, because by the end of the season, I think they'll be 12th, 13th. I don't see them sitting in that position that they're in at the minute. This team, for me, on the transition is going to be dangerous, especially with their home fans. And if they can create that atmosphere, if they can keep us quiet for 30 minutes, and then going into the second half, 60 minutes, it's still 0-0, it's still 1-1 or whatever, they're going to have that belief that they can go and win that game. And Sean Dyche has always got some tactics against Arsenal when he's playing at home, whether it's for Everton, Burnley, now Forest. He's one of those guys that if we get past this game, you know what, the relief that I will have, the weight that will come off our shoulders is just huge. Now, the good thing is that we can look at is the head-to-head recently, especially. The last time we lost a game against them was in 2023. It was the season that they actually came up, I believe. It was the away game right at the end where we was going for the league and we lost it. But most recently, we beat them 3-0 this season in September. Drew last season 0-0 at theirs. Won 3-0, won 2-1, won 2-1, lost 1-0, like I said. Beat them 5-0 when they came back into the league, and lost 1-0 in the FA Cup. I think that was in the 3rd round as well. I think it was that game where Jed Spence was just absolutely running riot down that right flank, and that's where he got his recognition from. But all in all, the last 5 games we've won 4, we've drawn 1, which is a good record to have against them. And I don't think they're gonna be overly dangerous, but it's one of those games that it's gonna be stop, start, and the crowd are gonna go for it. They're gonna try and intimidate us. Obviously, it's not gonna work. We're not the Arsenal of old. We've got a bit of metal about us now. We've got that steel, that fighter's ability, that fighter's character, especially in the back line. And then we've got Declan Rice in the middle. So for me, the head-to-head record obviously is sitting in our favour, not just in recent times, but historically as well. But we got to disregard that. We can't really look into that too much because this game is going to be difficult. And if we can make it undifficult, if that's even a word, if we can make it easier for ourselves, as in the first half, try and score a couple of goals, then I'm all for it because it's about time we score a few goals in the first half of the league game and just bury the game and then we can relax, and we've got Inter Milan, which we can make a few changes for. This game is massive for me. It's absolutely huge. It's monumental. That's how big this game is. Now, in terms of the lineup, obviously we went strong against Chelsea. Rightly so. Rightly so. We got a result as well. So this is another away game in the league, and it's Nottingham Forest. Like I said, we've got to go strong. We've got to go all out. We can't think about Inter Milan whatsoever. The fact of the matter is, we've done enough in those 6 Champions League games to now focus solely just on this game and not keep one eye on Inter Milan or injuries or whatever. We fully go in for this. We go in for the kill, and we go in to get the 3 points no matter what. We isolate this game. We forget about what's happening around us. What happened 2 days ago against Chelsea. This is a game in itself. This is, like I said, monumental. And it's just, let's play the strongest team. David Raya starts in net. He did win the actual December Save of the Month as well. That just come out before, earlier. The save against Brighton. Obviously, I think we all sort of knew he would. Well done, David Raya. On the right, Ben White starts again. I know we don't want to play too much of Ben White because of what happened last month. He played a few games and he got injured. He's looking like a player again. Ben White is looking like a top player. He has to play there because Hincapié Calafiori is injured, and Lewis Skelly for me at the minute doesn't do it. So Ben White plays on the right. Saliba Gabriel, it's a no-brainer. And then on the left, we've got to play Timber. I mean, Timber did get cooked. I'm going to be completely honest. On that left side, I don't want to see him there for too much longer. But at this moment in time, we've got to do it. We've got to take a risk. We've got no other option because Skelly at the minute is just he's on his knees. He's low on confidence, and I don't know what's gonna get him back up. I keep seeing him having a good couple of touches here and there, and then all of a sudden it's back to this Lewis Skelly where he just looks out of position. I don't know what it is. So Timber plays at the left. So that's just one change in the back four, but it's the same as what played against Chelsea apart from David Raya starts. Zubimendi comes in again. I know he's obviously just played against Chelsea, but he sat the FA Cup out. He should be able to play 2 games in 4 days. Declan Rice starts. Odegaard starts. Odegaard, I think, is the player who could find that pass in these moments. Eze, yes, we know he's not played a lot of games recently, but when Odegaard is, leading that press and his passing ability is better than Eze's, I think Arteta's going to start him. And I think we lose some when Odegaard's not playing. I really do. Eze, yeah, he's a top player, but I think that defensive side as well, that quick instinct ability to just pass it first time, Odegaard is there. I know a lot of people are going against him at the minute, but I think he's playing great. He's not obviously putting out a 10 out of 10 each game, but since he's been come back from injury, I like what I see. On the attack, Gyökeres starts. He scored and he got an assist. His confidence is sky high, and it's about time he goes on a massive run because Havertz is back, Jesus is back, Mikel Merino can play there as well. So he's got to do it now, and this is hopefully we get the money's worth, the value of what we paid in this January to May title push now in terms of the league, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Let's make sure Gyökeres fires on all cylinders at the minute. On the right, Saka starts again. I know he's not played great again. Obviously, he was involved in Gyökeres's goal, laid it off to Ben White. But he could have squared it to him a few seconds earlier anyway. Gyökeres was really pissed off about the fact Saka didn't pass it him. But Saka is just a big game player, a game changer. He's got the X factor, and if he doesn't do anything again, then it's a bit of a worrying sign. It is for me already. I mean, his stats aren't great at the minute. He's dribbling, getting past players and goals and assists. It's just all. I'd like someone to make a graph out of the way he's receded and gone backwards. I would really like to see the graph of goals, assists, forward runs, dribbles, key passes. I think each one of them are on a downward trajectory, which obviously isn't going to last. He's only 24, 25, and hopefully right now he can find his peak. On the left, is it Trossard or Martinelli? Both of them had a bad game against Chelsea, I'd say. But this type of game, I think Trossard starts for me. So it's a good enough 11. Obviously, we can then rest most of these for the Inter Milan game because we're more or less through. But we do want to obviously win that game as well. We want to go 7 out of 7 and an 8 out of 8 against Cairo Almaty the week after. So for me, the prediction, I think, you've got to, go for an Arsenal win. If you're going for the title, Arsenal have got to show us exactly why we're here. And Arteta's just got to go out and win that game no matter what, against odds, whatever. I know we're favourites, but it is a banana skin. We've got to go out there and show everyone why we are going to win this league, hopefully. Let's not forget, City just splashing money. Pep Guardiola just splashing the cash. Anytime he's got an issue to face in his team, he can't, find a solution within what he's got. He just has to throw money against it. That's going to be over 100 million this January alone, 500 million in the last 5-6 months. He's just a checkbook manager, and we've got to be careful because checkbook managers, they just throw money at everything. And that's what they're doing with signing Guehi. They've got Semenyo as well. I'm not worried about it. I just think Pep Guardiola, I think for somebody as big as him, he should have more class and try and find problems within the group of footballers he's got, and not just go out and splash money on players at every opportunity. I don't find that class. I mean, us without a striker last season in January until May, we put Mikel Merino there. We didn't have defenders. We're playing Norgard in the centre. But that's Mikel Arteta for you, and that's Pep for you. Prediction for me, I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Arsenal.